thought I'd come from a different angle today with my salt lamp. I'll try and get over there and get that in there because it's a lovely colour. How do I move over there? No. Anyway, that's a bit better. Right, I'll see if anyone comes in while I'm on my brew break. Hi, Paul from Newcastle. Oh, I just feel like crying with enjoyment because it's like I get breakthroughs with things. I'm going to let this flow of just what's coming into my head. Hi, Lois, and download. And it does make me laugh when people don't understand what downloads are. Maybe that's the wrong word to use. A lot of people use downloads, this, that, and the other. Downloads are just thoughts coming into your head. Where those thoughts come from, who knows? But hi, Welsh babe. How are you and little one? It was you who had the baby, wasn't it? Hi, CJ. Afternoon, Dolly from me and Reese at work. Oh, thank you. Thank you, CJ. It's just a little chat about what I'm going to talk about tonight. I feel like crying. Not out of sadness, out of enjoyment. You know, when you have little breakthroughs can upset you. I don't know how to word all this. I've tried to write something down to explain what I'm going to be talking about tonight because it just came in as I was doing some artwork. I'll show you it because this is a same sort of chat into this. Oh, God. Yeah. You know, still creating away my little creative bits, but I'll show you some of the cards I've been making today. This lovely little stag. I love stags and days. They're coming in sets of 3s. Reindeer. Oh, it's got Santa on it, but oh, there you go. And this one. But I'm going to be doing some more cards that are a bit different. A bit more my sort of spiritual sort of pictures. But though for Christmas cards as well. With a different, you know, a bit of a moderner twist on it. In a spiritual sense. But anyway, that was that. If you can hear me jingling, I'll take this off because it might annoy some people, but these are going to be going up in my little Insta shop at some point when some bits finished off the book. I love jingly things because it reminds me to be present in the moment. Hi Rachel, it reminds me to be present in the moment of that little jingle of like, oh yeah, what your intentions you want to put out. And that's what I've been thinking about today. So we keep getting the like, yeah. So let me remove it. I'm sure I'll get someone saying, oh, I was trying to listen, but your jingle jangles were jingling. So, yeah, I was just doing stuff then. I thought, right, I'm going to have a brew now and having a bit of a break because you need to have little breaks through the day with anything you're doing just so, you know, you don't get, you know, little breaks are good for your brain. But, yeah, jingle bells. So, tonight I'm going to come on. I just thought, no, I'm going to come on tonight and talk about... what have I entitled this? See, I entitle things sometimes, totally forget what I've put. What did I put? What's your mission? Did I put what's your mission? Or knowing your mission? It's always sort of stuck in my head. And I will show you some cards that came out today when I pulled them this morning. And I did a little meditation. And I did a meditation off Eisenhower, the guy she had on the doctor. I can't remember his name, but I was listening to that. Yes, I love this mug because it's very colourful. It's still got the sticker on. It's from Morrison's. Gotta love the Morrisons. So, I was just clearing up some bits because I'm trying to get in organisation. I'm a very unorganised person when it comes to my crafting and stuff like that. And I just find it difficult, but I know I've got to do it. And then the word, this is all going to be mixed up now. I'm just going to go in the flow. Then I got the word in organisation. I've always tried to have the diary thing. I do my like art journaling diary, but I have been using my intention book and I have been using that either every morning or every evening. That's coming back into play again. There's a lot of things that went that are coming back into play. And I've always thought, ooh, who wants to be, I don't mean who wants to be organised, then you think of the organisations, the big organisations we don't like, but that's not it. I just thought, I looked at the word organisation, this is how my brain works, and I thought, organisation, hi Mary, organisation. I need to be organised, my organisation of myself, of my organs, you know, my bodily organs. And then I thought, organisation, does anyone get this? My nation is my body, and my organs have to be sort of, you know, organised sort of in energy and good stuff, positivity. I don't know if that makes any sense to anyone, but it makes sense to me of if I'm not doing things I love, as we all know with the energy, your body does go in dis-ease. A lot of us know this, we've talked about it, a lot of people talk about it, I've talked about it before, you know, in the past. If you're in dis-ease, you get a disease. So I need to be organised in my organs, of my organisation of my life and what I want to bring in. And we do get distracted and stuff. So I know I need to put some sort of organisation into my creative business that I'm trying to get off the ground and this, that and the other and blah, 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 blah. But that, just wanted to shout that out because I just looked at the word today and was like, organisation, my nation needs to be organised because we all fall off. I'm closing my eyes listening. Oh, critical thinker. So yeah, just wanted to throw that out there if anyone gets that. But I'll be explaining more about that tonight. You know, looking at your patterns of behaviour we've talked about before, but what did I write on here? Yeah, you get it. I knew you'd get it. I knew some of you'd get it, how I speak. And because I'm a visual learner, that set me off again today thinking, oh my God, my mission. I'm just sharing how I feel. Hi, Lena. Because I've got my creative side, you know, most of you know I make my jewellery and I do different bits and cards and stuff. And there's never one thing I'm sort of really set on like it's jewellery. You know, I'm sat on my meditation cushion now. Rachel, will you be picking yours up when this is all over? This is an old one, but, you know, I make handmade meditation cushions. There's loads of things that I make. And some people will go, oh, you need to know your product. Well, and I've been having this discussion with my fella, even though sometimes we're not on different energy waves as such, but he'll say something to me and I get a bit like, and then I'll say something and it triggers something off, but then I always thinking about it the next day. That's the organisation thing as well. But there's this thing of like, when you think about what your mission is, sometimes you start thinking, if you're seen in the spiritual sense, you're seen as, oh, I should be putting into a charity. Now, we all know out there, some charities are not what you think they are. And I'm not saying that about all charities because it's not all charities, but you know what I'm saying? I'm not even going there at the minute. So you always think, oh yeah, I could put into charity, or I could do this, or I could help that, and then that'll help that, and this will help that. And we were having a bit of a discussion about that last night, about what sort of businesses could like help people to feel at ease and people could come into the... We were just having this discussion, but then it's made me think this morning, hi Sue, hi Laurie, of, you know what? It's not always about that. There's people who do that sort of stuff and they're really good at it because that's their mission. My mission, I just thought this morning, my mission isn't that. My mission is to just create beauty and to put it out, because beauty is a frequency of something divine, something beautiful to look at, because I'm a visual learner of, I look at things visually. And that doesn't necessarily mean you are materialistic. It's just like people like nice things. See this background today, I just put my flowers there with my pomade flowers, roses. They're not real, by the way, but I do love them. They are my favourite, as well as orchids that are about somewhere. My orchids, love orchids. My big ones are upstairs, but I'm visual. And remember what we said about the eyes. I'm visual. Remember, the eyes give you codes and stuff. You don't want to see horrible things and things that are like, as we know, because it's an energy, but I'm not going into too much of that because I'm not staying on here long because I've got stuff to do. But I thought, no, that isn't me. I want to put beauty out there of the things that I create that other people will enjoy having, looking at, holding, and high blue nose, and just the things that I put out. And yes, I'm sorry to say, guys, mostly for the divine feminine and that energy, because as much as I'd like to make a few things for guys, I don't, because I'm a woman and I just know, what I like. And my little business that I want to put out won't really necessarily have men's stuff there. It is for women, because I know men come on here and they'll ask about jewellery and stuff, but I'm just trying to do and design the things that are quite divine femininified, if you get what I'm saying. And I am going to make a group on Facebook for a sacred place for women as we go through all these transitions and things that we could be doing to boost up our energy and our positivity. That's not a thing against men. That's just a thing of my journey and what I know and what I have had on here with people in the past, not just on YouTube, in real life, of I want women to go to a place where they can go to a group where they feel safe, and there isn't. I know this sounds a bit like I'm slagging men off. I'm not, but people will get what I mean in this chat. If you are a man, it's not about that. It's so where women can go to power ourselves, because the divine feminine has risen, and it's to be in balance with men. So let's get that straight. I'm not saying above, but because I'm a woman, I have discussions with my fella sometimes, and though it seems different, it's not, because it's the wording and all that. So it's not because we're different, but I'm not being funny. Some men do think differently. And that's why a lot of men will say, I don't mean all men, because I know it's not all men, and I have a lot in chat, oh, these women, they're a bit batty, they're a bit mystic, they're a bit woo-woo. I get called woo-woo all the time. So I just want there to be a place where women can go and post a lot of divine feminine stuff, only of inspiration. I want to be, be careful now, Dolly. You know what I mean? The men in this chat know exactly what I mean. So that's nothing against any men in this chat. This is just, I'm trying to, personally, I want to rise the positivity of the divine feminine energy to the women. Because personally in my life, because remember, we do things out of knowing because we've had the experience of it. And that's not to be like, oh, I was a victim, because I'm not now. But I'm seeing people in real life go through certain things, and I want to inspire them to get out of it. They have to do it, but with the positive vibes to go with it, because, that's just personally how I see it. As this is probably coming out all wrong, but what else was there? Well, that's personally what I've always wanted to put out. So I've got to follow my true calling, my mission. And my mission is, I believe, because I know I've helped, there's men that come in my chat, and I know I've helped people, but my mission is to help women. So I'm not saying on YouTube, I'm saying I probably will have a sacred group on Facebook for those women. If people want that, I can always put it up and see how it goes. But when I'm talking on here, I'm talking to both sexes. But what else did I put? And look, this is what I'll be talking about tonight, remember. And looking at the whole thing of, it's all right to be who you are. We've talked about this before. But all of you's all right. All the elements of you. And then I was thinking, elements. I'm in my element when I'm in my own energy. So I'm going to explain that tonight. My own energy. And then I thought, element. Yeah, I know what elements mean, an element. But I was looking at the word differently again. Element. Enliftment. Raising your vibration. You're normally in your own good ass energy when you're on your own, because you're in your little ooh, and then it's when people come along and they're like, ooh, they bring you down or bring you up. It's not all, it doesn't always mean because someone brings you down sometimes that it's not good, because sometimes it is. But you are normally in your own element when you're in your own energy with thyself. So that's how I got all vibed up before, because I was like, oh, thinking all these things, and I was like, yes. And then I thought, I know what my mission is. It's just to inspire people to be creative, to be positive, to uplift their energy, And anything that I create, because I can't seem to stick to one thing. So my business I want to come out with, the Dolly Llama, designs is, it's going to be like a unique boutique gift shop that just has things in there that are beautiful to have, look at, hold, send, like the cards, because sending a message in cards is beautiful, especially with what's going on now. If you can't be around family, send a message in a card. It's the visual of that, and someone's put that energy into, anyone who's a creator out there, it is an energy. I love creating, and I put my energy into what I create. And I've just put this on. I've given her rosy cheeks. She didn't have rosy cheeks before. And we've put the rose on her head, because that is on my little design for it. And also, I am Dolly and this is Llama. And I was just thinking before, laughing to myself, going, well, this is the higher self of me. Yeah, because she looks lovely. Yeah, this is the higher self of me, the Llama. Because Llama, I think in spiritual sense, is enlightenment. So my higher self helps me. We are working towards being our, higher selves, a better person every day. Yeah, we know about the answer is in the question. We've said this a million times. Question is the quest you're on. We're all on a quest. We're all on the hero's journey. So yes, you're right, Paul. Yeah, so you'll be seeing more of Lammy. So I want it to be a bit like my creative side. I want it to be a bit like a boho sort of one-shop stop for sort of enlifting beautiful items, and also maybe some children's items, little girls as well, to hold their divine power of their worth and beauty. And that's not all these things that always go out on Instagram of, oh, you've got to be showing your body off all the time, blah, 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 because we've got to be proud. Yeah, there's that, but there's things behind that as well. It's just being all right with all the sides of you. Someone said something today, the diamond. We are the diamond, but we have many facets. So there is many facets of people, and that's where I think people get confused with the whole thing of like, oh, if you're saying you're spiritually enlightened, you've got to be like that 24/7 a day. I'm sorry, not unless you're a ascended master. Are you going to be like that? You have many facets. It's just that we try to draw the sparkles out of the diamond of that's what we'd rather see, but we do have them other sides. But as long as we rein them into check, that's what we try to do. I don't know if this is making sense. It's making sense to me and my higher self. What is that shading blusher? It's not. It's a pen. It's a paint thing I've put on. It's nice though, isn't it? It's like a pinky peach. Pinky peach. So, what else did I write? Yeah, I think I just put how all of it's okay, us looking at ourselves, old self. It's okay not to, it's okay, stop hating on it, thinking it over all the time. There's too many people who think about the past and what was there and what they need to get because the past, they didn't have this in the past. It's not about that. That's about releasing all that, because that's not how things flow. And that's what people get stuck on of, yeah, but there was this and there was that. And it's like, it doesn't matter. That isn't about being in the now. If you're thinking about the past constantly, you're not in the now. And things are not going to come in because you're not changing that programming. We're all trying to get through different programming. Thanks, Lena. Is it Lena? If you're constantly thinking about the past, even though there's some people out there who think they've changed things, but if you're constantly thinking about the past, you're constantly in that same mode. And that's why new things won't come in, or it seems like it won't, because you're still thinking of the past, which the universe, God, whatever, is going to think that you still want that, because that's the thing that you're focusing on. Remember, it's where your focus goes. So I just want to pump out positivity, love, beauty, whatever it is, in the things that I create. Creations, personally, I think my creations are beautiful, because creation is beautiful, and that is a whole frequency. This flower, I've just wrote at the bottom of here, this also came in, and I will repeat some of this tonight. This just came in before. Knowing All of you is okay. You learn through what you thought you were to be, who you truly are. A true flower reveals itself in true bloom. In true bloom, when it expands its petals for all to see. This flower, imagine if it was a bud, it's very beautiful when it's a bud. It's a young little bud, you know, like that's how we start off. We learn through everything. As it starts to expand, release its petals, remember, we are releasing stuff from the past. It shows its true self. It's beautiful. You can't see it when it's closed up like a bud. Where this is coming from, closed up like a bud. You know, it's beautiful, it's cute, but you can't really see what's going on inside until it begins to release and its petals open and it expands and it turns into this beautiful, you know, roses are supposed to be the highest frequency, beautiful self. Many different petals, still comes from the one. That came in before. So, yes. So when you're in true bloom, which is what we're doing, we're coming into our true bloom, we're letting things go. You know, and there's so many things in this, you know, women out there, I don't know if you're going to get what I'm saying, but many of you have been here from the beginning, Sue, Clark in chat. You'll have seen me go through many different stages. You know, you get into the spiritual side on your path and you think that you shouldn't be wearing makeup or you shouldn't take care of your hair or maybe you shouldn't be buying this. That's a load of rubbish as well, because all I'm seeing now is women out there, this is men as well, but obviously I'm talking to women because I'm a woman, so I'm just going to say it like this, is you are a divine goddess. Adorn yourself like a divine goddess. If you're into certain things that are ethnical sourced or whatever it is that you want, you can still adorn yourself. There's nothing wrong. You're made to feel bad about buying certain things, you know, and money's made to feel bad. Money's just an exchange. Yes, people have been using it for bad. It's been printed and this, that, and the other. But money isn't bad. Buying things isn't bad. It's just sometimes you've got to look at, like, do you really need it sometimes? Or, you know, if you want it. But women are made to feel... I've seen this in the spiritual community. Oh, you know, you shouldn't be wearing this, shouldn't be wearing that. You can get vegan makeup, but I'm not talking about all that stuff where people start going into animals, because really, to me, makeup can be used without putting it on animals. We know why they do it. It's a frequency thing. That's how I see it, but I'm not going into that. I'm just saying, you can adorn yourself. You can wear makeup. You can put flowers in your hair. I need one of them in my hair. You can wear jewellery. You are a goddess. Adorn your temple. You're allowed to address your temple. Why wouldn't you? Adorn your temple. This spacesuit we live in, it is your temple. You are allowed to make yourself feel beautiful by what you visually see will give you a frequency. You know, women out there, we know, because there's still a mix-up on this, as people would say. I wear makeup every day, right? This is an example. I don't wear tons of makeup. There's women out there that wear tons and tons of makeup. Each to their own and all that. That's not me, but I do wear makeup. I've always got the... I haven't got them on today. I just looked at myself and thought, there's something different. You probably can't tell. And I'm like, I always wear my what they call, cat's eyes, wings. Have I got them on? I haven't got them on. I knew there was something odd this morning. That's just made me laugh. That's cracked me up. I always have the little flicks on. Oh my God, that's hilarious. I was thinking, what's different? Spot the difference. And I always do that because I just love it. I love that look. No, little women know what I'm talking about. Look at First Munch trying to say something there. No, we're talking about makeup now. Because that's... I'm visually, I like to look nice. That's not saying people who don't wear makeup out there, if you don't wear it, that's what you feel comfortable. It's not that I sleep in makeup. I know there's people who sleep in makeup. That's just how I am. That's a ritual, and I'm going to be talking about rituals I do in the morning. I'm not talking about ritual of sacrificing a goat or something. That's a totally different thing. Rituals are things you do every day that get you in I find it quite therapeutic, calming. It doesn't take me that long, because I've been doing it for years. But I don't do it for other people. And there'll be people that are going, oh yeah, you do. It's like, no, I do it for myself. Because remember, I like creating, I like art and drawing. It is like a canvas on your face, you know, when you're doing that. And that's not saying if you don't, there's anything wrong with that. But there's a lot of people out there who get in this spiritual community, and because they're not into makeup and not into this, and they're very, very, very what people would class as natural, will slag other people off for wearing makeup. And it's like, well, didn't we come to experience different things? Didn't we come here to experience all this, what we were before, to realise who we are now? And whatever it is, you know, that's why I like wearing, you know, the bracelets and things that I do like jewelry, because I like to dress my goddess self up. Exactly, Sue. So I don't know if you get what I'm saying. I don't even know if I'm expressing this properly. You know what I'm like, but there's always wrongs and rights. You know, if you're on the spiritual path and you're on you were all born spiritual anyway. It's not really a path. Yeah, it's a path we get back on, I guess, just because we swayed off it. You know, the path's still there, but we've been distracted. Yeah, it expresses you. It expresses you. I mean, I think there's things put out there where people express themselves and they don't actually realise what they're expressing themselves through certain symbols. But then again, like I said, certain symbols were ours and we're taking them back. But I think it's normally when you're unaware of what that is. If you're aware, you can use it yourself as to put good out. But yeah, and it's just, I don't know if anyone gets what I'm saying about the whole, like, when you're trying to inspire, and for example, you're putting a business out, you want to put a business out, but most people always think, oh, you know, if you're spiritual, it's got to be a part of like a charity, or it's got to be part of that. No, not really. It's an energy. Me, myself, and I today was like, me, myself, and Dolly Lama were like, no, it's not. It's an expression of me. I am an expression of God, goddess, whatever, source, universe. And I express through my creativity. And that's what I want to do. So I want to have a place where, obviously it's going to be online for now, and it's just an expression of beauty, divine, feminine, you know, because my creations are mainly for women. Sorry, guys. And whatever I create, I see helps people, because it's an energy of how I put it together, the energy I put on it, the way I package it. Because if anyone has had anything, I normally, you know, do a little, well, I have been doing lately, little cards and things with thank you cards with little, some of my drawings on, stuff like that. But I'm not that chats about this. Does anyone get what I'm saying? But yeah, I've just had this thinking before, and I thought, no. You can get so distracted at looking at what other people do and how they're doing it, and oh God, they're so, you know, they're so this, they're so that, they're doing this for charity, and they're doing that, and they're doing that, and it's like, I'm getting lost in the whole thing of actually, what is it I want to do? What did I come here to do? What's my compassion? What is my mission? My mission is to create beautiful things for beautiful people. Gifts that are not mass produced, you know, that are unique and bespoke and different, with a little touch of, you know, boho-y sort of hippiness, because that's what I love. So I thought, no, I'm not going to be distracted from that. That's what I love. You know, that's what I've got to work on and push at. And that's why it's took me a long time to sort of push that side. You've seen me go, oh, I'm getting this out and putting that out. And it has took me a long time to think, well, what is it actually? And I have asked the universe, I have asked. And then something popped in today, which I obviously can't explain properly at the minute, because I've got to go and sit with it after. And as Sue would know, the witchy side of it, you know, the wisdom, the knowing side, the magical side of life, is I want to put them things out there that are empowering to women. And if we're doing rituals, what, you know, I can make up little inspiring sets for the budding goddess out there, you know, sage sticks and all that sort of stuff that I love, other people's on other people's shops, but that is actually what I love. And I just said to my fella today, because I'll pull my cards and I'll show you which ones came out this morning, and there's certain things I sort of said to him, it's nothing to do with him, but I said, I've sort of not been doing the sort of little rituals I'll do if you're around, because, not because I was feeling a bit of a burk, it's just because you do get distracted by, if you're doing something and then, oh, well, I'll leave that till later, then I've not actually done it. So I thought, no, I need to get back into my little rituals. And like I'll say again, oh, hiya, is it, I can never get your name right. Ash, is it Ash? I'm dyslexic, Star Goddess is in the house. So I love it. Thank you. So it's just that I've got distracted now. What was I saying? Is that Star Goddess who's got a channel who's very, very beautiful and has been doing a good job for ages? Is that you? I think it's you. I'm not, I think. What was I just saying then before I got distracted? I don't know what I was saying. What was I just saying? Made with Dolly Love. Yeah, it is made with love. So it's a frequency, it's an energy. And, oh yeah, getting distracted. So, getting distracted. So, bringing my rituals back in. Rituals. Because when you say rituals, if anyone's waking up to what's going on out there in the 3D, you know, people know I'm on to Q and Trump and all that. But it's not a thing I shout out about too much now, because I know there's a bigger picture behind that, and it is spirituality. And if it is Star Goddess, I think it could be you. You know, I think I saw your video the other day. If it is you, I think it is. We're talking about witches and that. Witches are just, you know, witches and wizards, I say, men and women that have the knowing and the wisdom, and the 17 in the house right now, and 11, I mean, 11. And it's just gone down as I pointed at it. You know, they knew about the earth, they knew about the energies, that's all it is. And when you tap into that, sometimes we get distracted out. I get distracted out now and again, but when people hear the word ritual, that's when they freak out, because they're like, oh my God, it's like the Luma Fati, you know, like ooh, it's, especially really religious people, they'll be like, oh my God, it's like the devil. No, the ritual's the thing you do every day, putting your makeup on. To me, that's my little ritual. It's a place of sacredness for women. Of when I'm in my bathroom, put my makeup on, it's quiet. It's just me chilling out, being in the now, not thinking. It's relaxing. And more women, that's what I wanted to say as well, more women need to have their sacred space, because I think actually Star Goddess was saying on one of it, I think it's you, you know, women need to have, yes, Sue, women need to have the sanctuary, they need to have the sacred place, and the sacred, like, people go, I don't have time. You have got time if you stop watching the TV. You might have to set it at a different time. It could be first thing in the morning, or you get up earlier, or it could be in the evening, where you go to your bedroom or wherever you feel comfortable. You know, you've got nice candles on, and you sit there. It might be a meditation. It might be you doing some cards. You might be putting some energy into crystals. Whatever it is that you want to do that makes you feel good, that takes you to another place where it's just you and your energy, as I said before, you and your energy. You're more in your element when you're in your own energy, you know, because when the kids have gone to bed and everyone's calmed down, and, you know, even your husband can get on your nerves sometimes. So you go and do your sacred little thing, because it puts you back into that space of that energy, feel good energy. So mine is to remember to do more of that. Because I've been going to bed late. I won't lie. I've been going to bed late looking at information about stuff. And now I know, no, I need to go to bed earlier, to get up earlier. So I get that time in the morning to do my little sacred thing of putting a candle on. Because it's not things I haven't done. It's just sometimes I fall back down. I don't kick myself over it, or things can distract you sometimes. Especially because it's autumn. So I love it when it's dark in the morning. You've got a little candle on, and I have these. The Salt Rocks, which is, that's a lamp one over there, because I love the glow off it. And Himalayan salt's really good for you as well. It's Himalayan. So you put a candle on, pull a few cards. Well, I always say pull, they jump out. Let a few cards jump out. Put some intentions out there. Could do your gratitude in the morning or evening. Maybe a little meditation. You know, you don't have to push yourself and think, oh yeah, I've got to do that every day. I only really do meditations when I feel like I need to, or want to go and ask for something. I did something last night, you know, you see the orbs, and the orbs were coming in thick and fast. I didn't film it. I just watched it. It's like, sometimes I film it to show you. Sometimes I don't film it because it's for me. And they come in more normally when it's for me. When I'm not filming to show you, because to me, this is my experience. But like I said, the whole thing of me knowing what my mission is now is more clearer than it ever was. It's for me to create beauty and to put it out to the people who want to receive that beauty, that energy put into the physical, which is obviously something I've made or put out or put together, and creating that for when someone receives it, they know there's a lot of love in there. And I will be putting my good ass energy on it. It's on it anyway when I'm making it, but I will be putting extra good ass energy. And I just think the more the world becomes more beautiful, the beautiful creations, not the nefarious ones we've had, it changes as well. And like I said, the more you feed yourself visually, that's why I think, if she hasn't said, but I think, is it, I never get a name right, is it Ashura Star Goddess? I watch her now and again because obviously if it's who I'm thinking it is, she's in America, and obviously the time distance is, people will, like I said before, people will look at certain people when, I'll just call her Star Goddess, comes on. She has different wigs, weaves wigs, lovely makeup when she has it on, sometimes she doesn't. And she'll come on, and I used to think ages ago, because you do judge people like, oh, when you come into the spirit, coming back to the spiritual thinking, and you're like, why, we're like, we're supposed to be all like, like I said before, as if you think you have to be spiritual and it's all about being really earthy and you shouldn't wear makeup and all that. But you can see, she, for example, if you know who she is, adorns her goddess self with her makeup because she loves putting makeup on. She looks lovely in her clothes. Adorn yourself. Don't feel that, oh, I feel free to be like, I'm spiritual, I'm like a hippie, I'm like, I'm supposed to be like this, I'm supposed to be like that, I'm supposed to be wearing like second-hand clothes and not like, I shouldn't buy anything new. No, I've even realised that. No, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love going in thrift shops because I do love that, because you can find pieces that no one else has got, and I love that. But I just mean the whole thing of, you are allowed to treat yourself. You are allowed to. I mean, if you're buying stuff constantly, say clothing, and you're not really wearing it, it's just something because it's out of fashion sometimes, because I'm not really into fashion. Yeah, that's a bit like, really, you're just buying stuff to please other people in the fashion states. But then again, if you're into fashion and you're into fashion, I think you know what I'm saying. But women out there, take back your flipping divine goddess self. If you didn't used to wear jewellery and makeup and it made you feel like, ooh, to be spiritual, you shouldn't be wearing, flush that down the toilet. That's what you used to love doing. Do it. That what makes you feel great. Do it. If it doesn't, and you are like a very, I don't even know what the word is, someone who doesn't want to wear makeup, or just realise that you used to and you don't want to, and you want to go more, what's the word, more, I won't say natural, who's saying what natural is, more, less adorned, then don't. But adorn yourself with beautiful visual things. Because other people out there, when you see people wearing, I've always thought this, and sorry if anyone does this, but it's just me. When I see people in the street wearing a lot of black, I'm not, like, I don't wear a lot of black up here. I wear black pants because I don't think it suits me at all. Some people will say different. And you'll see a lot of teenagers and that wearing a lot of black, and it's just like, you don't really have to think about what to put on with black. But I just, personally, not slagging anyone off, I just see it as a really drab colour. But if I see someone down the street in a lot of colour, I'm like, wow, you look at them because it's visually like, oh, does anyone get what I'm saying? So even what people are seeing, it's that coding thing with your eyes, what I said the other day. People are seeing an expression, and colour of the rainbow is an expression, but they're seeing an expression of joy. That's how I sort of see it. Yeah, they say it's a witchy colouring, obviously, I'm into all that, but I sort of see it as maybe in a protection sense, but I'm not even into that, Sue will know, I'm not really into that as clothing. It is, but, does anyone get what I'm saying? So, yeah, so I just thought I'd come on and say, what is your mission? Because I've just realised some other people's missions can get involved with yours sometimes, and it's not. I've just realised Because I was getting very stuck on, if it was a business, what business it's supposed to be. Am I supposed to be concentrating on one thing, or am I supposed to be? I mean, yeah, but there's bits of snippets I do, and I think no, it's just meant to be a whole round shop of, that's what I create, if you like it, But it's got the vibes and that behind it. So, and you could say, when people say a bit pagan, because I do want to be putting dream catchers up and all that stuff, all the stuff that I love, I want to put out. And a lot of people will say, oh, but yeah, in a business, you've got to do what other people love. Well, it's a bit like, well, yes, but in the same sense, if I'm not loving it, doing it, I'm not going to want to do it. But what I will say is, trying to push this forward with certain things I want to bring in over the, coming weeks, months, years, is I want to interact with people. Yeah, I want to interact with people through my business of whatever platform I use. So you could tell me the sort of things you would like to see, or if I was doing something, I made something, you might see something and go, I really like that, but could you do it in this colour, or could you put that on? And if I can do it, I will do it, because that is listening to the customer as well. There's loads of things I want to do. I want to put collections together of, little sort of intention things. You could call them spells, intentions. It's all energy based little. Just, I have loads of ideas, and I think I haven't got to suppress all them ideas. I need to put all them ideas out there so I can have lots going on. I know that's a lot of work, but I enjoy it. And also things for kids, but it'll be girls, sorry, because I like pretty things, and I could do a smaller scaled version for children, so a bit like mothers and daughters there. So yeah, look out on my platforms, Dolly Lima Designs, because I will be putting more up. I've got to get into the whole organisation of that, and what I want to do, I am going to put a Facebook page up at some point. I did say that. I've got the name, I just haven't sorted it out yet. And yeah, but I am going to talk about that more tonight, because there's that whole thing of, especially in the spiritual community, I've said this before, what you're supposed to look like and what you're supposed to not look like being a spiritual person. I always say everyone is spiritual. You were born spiritual. You were born from love. You are love, but we grow up and things are put upon us, or we're taught certain stuff that might take us down a different route. But like I said before, there's a lot of people out there still thinking about the past and how they think too much of it. It doesn't, to me, it doesn't let you go into the flow, because you're not letting go. You're not letting go. So I hope that made sense, because anytime I write anything down, I'll just read it back thinking it all made sense when it came in, and then trying to write it down. But as long as it makes sense to me, I'm just sharing it with you. As long as it makes sense to me, which it does, that's fine. So, and I do believe the way the world is going to go in the end, or the earth, I should say, is going to be that more holistic, therapeutic, earthy. And I don't mean earthy meaning, so there's that thing as well, and I don't know what people think for tonight, but, we'll go on about plastic does this and plastic does that. Yeah, well, actually, there's an actual mushroom out there that can eat plastics, and, ethical source things. And I think, yeah, and I do believe that will change with certain people making things in certain factories and all that. But I do believe what we'd say needs to be recycled can be recycled. So there's a lot of stuff where I think, yeah, sometimes I think we've even been deceived about other stuff. But I still do believe we can have a new world that's sort of going back to, earthly things, as in pagan. Some people get triggered by that word, but I just mean of nature, but still with a modern technology, because that's how I believe, in my eyes, Atlantis was, if you want to say that. It had the technology, it's fell because it got too greedy. Things took over, things got in there. That was always technology with the earth. That's how I see it. The pyramids were a harmonizer for earth, a battery. But, or as someone said today, I heard, things that were brought by other beings to bring down to help us ascend and help us, harmonise. So there was a technology. So I don't think technology's bad at all, or we wouldn't be speaking here right now. I just think everything has to be into balance, like I said before. I'm going to put my jingle jangles back on now. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you, and hopefully tonight at the divine time of 9, I can come on and just explain that a little bit better. But yeah, what I create is from creation. It's coming through me. I'm put out in a physical thing that you can hold, touch, or whatever, or send to someone else. I don't think we're the dumbest we've been. I don't think that John Reynolds at all. The world is a stage. A lot of us know that. We know there's a game being played out. I watch it. I'm really watching it now because it's about to hot up. We're not at our dumbest at all. Because there's a lot of people waking up, and I've just spoke to someone again today whose brother's just woke up. They're going through the anger stage. They will go through the anger stage. We all went through it. Like I said the other day, it's about being aware, not getting too carried away with your emotions. Your emotions make you do. Emotions are good. They're not bad, but they can make you do things sometimes. That's why I keep saying, that's why the news throw stuff out, because they want you in hatred. They want you in anger. They want you in a lot of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, well, the lost and hidden information is coming out anyway, so you know what I mean. It doesn't mean you're done because stuff has been lost. We've all been waking up through ourselves as well because we innately knew something wasn't right. But I don't know if you're new in my chat, but that is changing because I see it every day. Every day. People are waking up. Dark night, the soul for the world, isn't it, really? But hey, that's how you wake up with the trauma. It's a good thing as well. Yep, sheep no more. You know, and we say sheep and other people will get triggered and go, we shouldn't be calling people sheep. No, we shouldn't, but it's an analogy, whatever it is, metaphor, whatever the word is, I always get mixed up. No, we shouldn't, because we have to get out of that way of saying that really as well. And I've stopped saying it too much because you've got to remember, we were there at one point. So we've got to look back in kindness of, do you know what? I was there at some point. You were there at some point. Just hold a bit of space and love for the people who are coming across, because I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it, and that's what I've tried to tell people who are coming to me now. People are coming to me, they're asking me questions. It's bonkers in my area. And I'm like, look, it's okay to be angry, go through the stages, just don't get too bogged down with it because there's beautiful things coming. So we were all there at one point. And they will come over. There'll be some that are really, really, really stuck there, the ones who will need a lot of healing because they just won't be able to grasp, two in the left brain, grasp it. But that's okay. Yeah, we are all waking up because of the light. Yeah, we are. That, yeah, because everyone's reconnecting. And those, even in your brain neurons and things, are connecting back up, and everyone's connecting everywhere. That's why when people say to me, nothing's happening, nothing's connecting, it's been like this, there's nothing new under the sun. We know there's nothing new under the sun. But the point is, this is so different to ages ago when everyone thought 2012 we were waking up. We were. Someone said something about the Mayan calendar, more like 2021. They said, was it 2012? 2012 is 2021. They reverse everything. Numbers. So you're going to see some shit hit the fan very soon, and then going into the new bit, it'd be 2021. Some people going about the Mayans, this, that, and they've all their gods. Well, they did sacrifices because I was listening to someone say more reptilianified, but just saying, you know, yeah, we are agreeing with each other. And there's more and more people, even if they're not agreeing on a certain sense of something what's going on, like the old, flu thing, they're agreeing, they know there's something not quite right. And someone I spoke to today said their brother just came to the point of like, I don't really know what's going on, but this whole virus, there's something going on. It's not what they say. It's not the true story about like what the hell's going on. Pete, the more it's pushed out, what everyone seems to think is bad, the more people are waking up. They'll go through the whole process that I went through, you went through, and they will come out and they will start. That's the start on the journey. They're starting on the journey. A lot of people have said to me this week, they've realised through waking up to certain whatever woke you up, truth communities, whatever, they're realising it's a spiritual path. And a person I spoke to today said their brother realised it's a spiritual path. They don't know, they don't understand it quite yet. They want to get on that spiritual path. They're trying to watch people on YouTube and look at stuff, and I say you do have to be careful who you watch, because there's a lot of people out there who put bits of truth out and they put bits of lies out. Because you see the bit of truth, you think they're a good person. Not necessarily, just saying, because that is out there. But you do begin to weed out the people, and you start having a resonation with who they are and what they are, and you start to realise who's sort of on the, I hate saying the good side and the bad side, it's all sort of like there to make everybody get on the path anyway. Yeah, ask, believe, receive. Ask, have faith and receive. But you have to visualise, ask, visualise it as if it's already here, and receive it. It doesn't always come the way you think it does, but it comes in. We are at a 6 a.m. sun just coming over the horizon. Beautiful. Get sun gazing. Yeah, so I've waffled on for a bit. I've got to go and do some stuff. So I don't know if that came out right. I'll be explaining it more tonight because I'll have more time to ponder what came in when I was just tidying up. And I was like, oh yeah, made sense to me at that time. I'm going to try and put that out there. But like I said, I think my mission is, hi Ron, my mission is just to create more beauty in the world. And if that's what comes through me, through my creations, then so be it. Through paintings, jewellery, cards, whatever it is. So, that's what I believe. And I believe there'll be more of that in the future so people know when they're buying, for example, stuff off people or whatever it is they're putting out in the world. Doesn't mean it has to be, whatever business or whatever anyone's doing, even if it's for charity, whatever it's for, proper charity as well, is they know, they are going to real people that care about other people and want a frequency and an inspiration put out to the world that, my art might inspire other people. And that's a knock-on effect. And there again, it's an energy again, it's a frequency. The more beauty we bring in with, it could be anything, businesses, just everything we want to see in the world. This world now, is breaking down. And new people would be put in the old systems, and gradually that might fade into something else. But we want people who are putting love into what they make or what they put together or what they're putting out there and whatever they're doing, in whatever way they're doing it, because it's all energy. And we want people who are enjoying what they're doing and being in that energy again, because it's a knock-off effect, on everybody else, food-wise. When people are making food, if you're a cook, if you love making cakes, if you have a cafe, if you love doing that job, if you don't and you're just there because you're thinking, oh yeah, well, there's no love going into that, there's no energy going, it's like dead energy. If you're loving what you're doing and you're putting intentions in what you're making, even your food, even if you'd say some food is bad, as long as you're putting that loving energy in, it can, I think, transmute that you're eating, even meat sometimes if you're a meat eater and whatever, by putting your energy on it. And you've got to watch out for the vampires out there. Infinite Waters did a really good chat on, energy sucking vampires, which a lot of us know about, energy sucking vampires. So yeah, you have a great group of people, and that's why I'm here. Thank you, John. I do have a great chat room with great people in, and I'd like to say thank you very much. I'm very grateful because over time, I've had to work for this chat because I used to get a lot of trolls in. I still get some sad person now and again, which keeps putting things in the comments of like some, I don't even know what it is, sex site, stupid thing that they keep putting in because either it's a bot or someone who's really sad for attention and they can't get attention any other way and that's what they have to do. I just say I don't consent to you. If that's what you want to keep doing, you stay in that energy. That's someone's lower energy. But I am very grateful for every single one of you that come into my chat, old and new. There'll probably be some questions I'm going to ask people tonight about me, and the ones who have been in quite a bit, like Sue, who's in chat, who's watched me probably from the beginning of my journey. But look, I'm looking out the window today and it's sunny. It's a bit cloudy, but it's still beautiful. It's still beautiful. I can see a little pigeon walking down the roof. Birds are tweeting in the background here. But yeah, and it's a fight to keep your energy up sometimes. Like I'm quite buzzing now. And sometimes as well, we all stumble, and sometimes we can bring other people's energy down, and we don't mean it. But we have got to start thinking of the thing of like, if someone says something, and I've been a part of this as well. Sometimes it's good not just to say anything. Sometimes if you see someone in a higher state of happiness, because sometimes you'll be excited about something and then someone will want to bring you down, and it's like, yeah, you maybe could bring that up another time, not when I'm actually in that state of higher consciousness, because it's an energy being put out. And then sometimes someone doesn't mean to do it, but then it draws your energy back down. It's like, but then you have to get back into it. It's like, right, okay, right, I'm going to get back into it. So I'm going to go because I've been on here long enough. I'm going to be on tonight at 9 anyway. And I'll try and explain this again. Our thoughts, love and positive thoughts raises the vibration of the universe. Yeah, and I do believe that's a lot to do with the orbs and stuff, you know. Love the jet. I love it. That'll really annoy people. Sound like a cat, but you know, and some of my stuff's going to be handmade and some of it's going to be sourced in, or you know, whatever. So may your day be fruitful. Yes, and as I always say, things come into fruitation. I like to change the words up into the fruition. I like to say fruitation because it's still the same thing to me. You know, a tree bears its fruit and it comes into fruitation, same as fruition. So yeah, for me, Dolly and Llama, you're going to see Llama a lot more because this is my, I'm only joking, this is my like higher self because the Llama, if you look at the spiritual meaning of a Llama, that's why I've used Dolly Llama, which is a bit of a joke as well because it sounds like the Delhi Llama, but it's the Dolly Llama. She's very cute and maybe I'll make up some Dolly Llama things for kids would be quite cute, but it's remembering to go to our higher self sometimes. We're just trying to get through the day and trying to be the better version of ourselves every day. Yeah, it's hilarious, isn't it? I'm Dolly, this is Llama, Dolly Llama. Dolly Llama. She's got a nice face, look, she's all happy. She's all happy. What makes you happy? That's what you've got to do. Go and get a notebook, write down what makes you happy, what used to make you happy, and go do more of it. That's what I say. Yeah, so have a, see you all tonight. Have a nice day. I'm going to go and do some stuff now and get organised, you know, because if everything's organised, my organs and my body's going to work properly, innit? You know, not going to get in disease. Dolly Llama, that's what I mean. Did anyone not click onto that ages ago? I was like, Dalai Lama. Oh, she's so beautiful, aren't you? Yes. Yes, so I will see you tonight. Yeah. Okay, I will speak to you later. 17 thumbs up. And 18 now. JK Junior's in the house. See you later. Bye.